Alarming increase in rabies cases. Native customary rights, cooperation crucial. Land surveying works through mutual agreement. These are the headlines for tonight. You're now with me, Lorenzo Isaac, and this is Tvs Nightline. Rabies cases in the state are increasing at an alarming rate. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, said statistics this year showed 6 human rabies cases with 4 deaths, 1 each recorded in Sibu, Kenawit, Siburan and Bintulu district.
Until now. And March is just the beginning of. So it's basically the 2 months of.
4 deaths and 2 survive.
2 survive.
How the 2 can survive? They get liver sin.
Because the doctors try very hard, and also I don't have the status of how well they survive. Because they impact the brain. The survivor, right? It's like one of the Syrian cases, right? Is basically lifelong. Someone need to look after them. Cannot eat, cannot clean themselves. So it's the survivor is not something that you think that you can out and running again. So it's still with severe disability.
Meanwhile, Dr. Sim also revealed that there is a concern about the increase in rabies cases in the state between January to March this year. Citing data from the Department of Veterinary Services Sarawak, the state recorded 2,210 cases between January 1st, 2023 and March 5th, 2023, with dogs numbering 1,205 cases, cats 985 cases, and other animals 20 cases. As such, he, who is also the Minister for Public Health, Housing and Local Government, advised the public to take dog bites seriously and to ensure dog owners vaccinate their dogs, while they themselves are also encouraged to get the vaccination.
During the early rabies, because we want to quickly get under control, then we put in extra efforts. And we put in extra efforts to do some even door-to-door. The door-to-door in Patakawa, right, take 3 months to cover just Patakawa. So can you imagine, right? You want to cover the whole Sarawak. So we tell everybody that you cannot be selfish. You cannot. How would you feel if your dog has rabies and bite your friends and your friends die? Whose responsibility is that? You'll be very kind that the other people don't sue you. That's why it comes back down to you must take responsibility yourself.
For the record, 514 animals were vaccinated this year, comprising 492 dogs and 22 cats. Furthermore, Dr. Sim revealed that since the rabies outbreak, which was first detected in Sarawak in 2017, there have been 48 deaths.
The cooperation between land surveyors, the Sarawak Land and Survey Department and community leaders in Sarawak is crucial to ensuring that land surveying works are conducted accurately. As such, Deputy Premier Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Teng Haliasan, said that land surveying works can be conducted at ease if all cooperations are in. He pointed out that a total of 1,076,435, equivalent to 2.6 million acres, has been surveyed throughout the state from 2010 to 31st January 2023 through this cooperation.
Out of the total, 814,428 hectares or 2.01 million acres have been gazetted through the new NCR Land Measurement Program.
Kerajaan untuk bantu rakyat. Jadi saya berharap dalam usaha kita untuk nak memastikan tanah-tanah adat kita ini ada surat milik. Kampung-kampung tradisi kita disuka dikeluarkan dengan surat milik. Ini adalah program berterusan. Ongoing program. Selagi ianya belum diselesaikan semua. Semuanya kita tak boleh selesai dalam satu tempoh yang sama. Tapi government is committed untuk membersihkan. Ini adalah ongoing proses. Jadi saudara dan saudara yang penting ialah kerjasama, persepahaman antara kita sama kita. Ini yang penting.
Therefore, he calls upon all the relevant parties to give their cooperation, support and confidence in the government's effort to ensure the program runs smoothly.
Kalau ada kerja-kerja penyukatan itu, notis diberi supaya kita dapat melancarkan, melicinkan lagi kerja-kerja penyukatan, kerana kita sendiri yang tahu mana sempadan-sempadannya. Janganlah kalau pegawai-pegawai pergi ke lapangan, kita orang tak ada. Ujung-ujung kerja-kerja penyukatan tak boleh dibuat. Dan kalau kita teruskan, kemudiannya, wah ini tak betul, itu tak betul. Sempadannya mesti di sini. Lambat lagi. Dan dituduh kerajaan tak bantu. Tak bagus macam itu.
He said this when speaking at Section 6 Gazette, Section 7 and the Land-Owned Letter for Sections 13 and 18 of the State Land Code at the Bintulu Development Authority BDA Auditorium, Wisma Bintulu on Monday, March 6.
The surveying and measuring works of land are based on the mutual agreement of both landowners and the Department of Land and Survey, JTS. Minister of International Trade and Industry, Industrial Terminal and Entrepreneur Development, Sarawak, Dato' Amar Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, pointed out that for cases still in disputes in trials in court, surveying works will not be carried out unless the case has been resolved or withdrawn.
Out of the total, 814,428 hectares or 2.01 million acres have been gazetted through the new NCR Land Measurement Program.
Saudara dan saudara, semuanya bergantung kepada permohonan. Dan kalau adalah setengah pihak yang membawanya ke mahkamah, kita biarkan dulu. Kecuali dia tarik.
Awang Tengah said in order to join the new surveying land program under the NCR initiatives, the application must be submitted to the said department.
Repair works of potholes along Jalan Simpang Bakun will be dealt soon, as potholes at the said location could not be repaired within 24 hours. Deputy Works Minister Datuk Sri Abdul Rahman Muhammad pointed out that the issue was deemed so due to the overloaded vehicles using the road.
In addition, he also informed that a total of 56,553 potholes in Sabah, Sarawak and Labuan have been patched up by the Works Ministry KKR through the Zero Potholes program last year.
Kita sebenarnya menghadapi kenderaan yang melebihi had muatan. Ada yang sampai cecah 100 tan beratan. Semua, tapi itu bukan bawah kuasa KKR. Jadi kita nak kerjasama dari semua pihak. Dan semestinya kalau jalan itu daripada kecil, lubangnya akan menjadi lebih besar sekiranya dilalui oleh kenderaan-kenderaan seperti yang saya nyatakan tadi. Sebenarnya saya sendiri pun buat survey untuk kenderaan yang berat ini sebelum saya duduk dalam KKR. Memang yang berhormat pun tahu agaknya masalah itu, dan jangka masa hayat jalan itu juga telah melebihi masa. Dan kita cuba sedaya upaya dengan permohonan daripada Pontian agar melebihi sedikit peruntukan kepada kami untuk kita lebih sifarkan masalah potholes ini. Dan secara teknikalnya mestilah kita menggunakan perbelanjaan besar. Suruhan potholes tersebut telah berjaya ditampal dalam tempoh 24 jam bagi Semenanjung Malaysia, manakala bagi Sabah, Sarawak dan wilayah Persekutuan Labuan hanya 431 potholes tidak dapat ditampar dalam tempoh 24 jam dengan peratusan pencapaian adalah sebanyak 99.24%.
He said this in response to Batang Sadong Member of Parliament Rodia Sapii when questioned regarding the latest achievement on the Zero Potholes program by the Works Ministry.
Malaysia will not be experiencing any economic recession this year, said Deputy Minister of Finance Dato' Ahmad Maslan. He said the country's economy is expected to grow by 4.5% due to last year's generated revenue. Globally, Ahmad said the International Monetary Fund (IMF) and the World Bank also projected the world's economy for 2023 to be between 4 to 4.4%.
Jangkaan ini adalah selari dengan unjuran pertumbuhan ekonomi dan perdagangan global yang diunjur lebih perlahan pada tahun ini. Berdasarkan statistik ini, meskipun berdepan dengan cabaran ketidaktentuan global, saya ingin menegaskan bahawa Malaysia insya-Allah tidak akan mengalami kegawatan ekonomi pada tahun 2023.
The statement was made following a question prompted by Bagan Serai Parliament member Dato' Idris Ahmad during the second session of the 15th Parliament in Kuala Lumpur earlier today. Explaining further, Maslan said that based on the technical recession rate, where a country experiences 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth, Malaysia will not be experiencing this phenomenon.
Kerajaan akan terus mengutamakan pertumbuhan ekonomi negara dan pembangunan yang saksama untuk rakyat serta menjadikan Malaysia sebagai destinasi pelaburan yang lebih menarik dengan memudah cara proses pelaburan, mewujudkan lebih banyak syarikat pemula berinovasi tinggi dan mencipta lebih banyak peluang pekerjaan dengan pendapatan yang setimpal.
At the same time, Ahmad stated that for 2023, the government has allocated a total of 64 billion ringgit in the form of subsidies and incentives, such as the Rahmah Cash Assistance, which incurred a total cost of 8 billion ringgit. The assistance is expected to benefit a total of 9 million Malaysians, where a recipient may receive a maximum of 3,100 in assistance.
The Ministry of Education (MOE) plans to update and review existing guidelines on the building of new schools to expedite their construction, the Dewan Rakyat was told today. Deputy Education Minister Lim Hui Ying said that based on the existing guidelines, the review was necessary as the construction of a school can take between 5 to 10 years. She added that the MOE obtains input and suggestions for school construction through an application by the State Education Department, following which an analysis would be carried out based on the planning guidelines for urban and rural community facilities.
Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia sentiasa berusaha secara berterusan dalam memastikan penyediaan kemudahan sekolah adalah mencukupi bagi keperluan masyarakat setempat. Untuk maklumat ahli yang berhormat, dalam usaha merancang pembinaan sekolah baharu, KPM mendapatkan input dan cadangan pembinaan sekolah melalui permohonan oleh Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri. Seterusnya, KPM melaksanakan analisis keperluan secara terperinci berdasarkan garis panduan perancangan kemudahan masyarakat bandar dan desa Semenanjung Malaysia daripada Plan Malaysia Kementerian Pembangunan Kerajaan Tempatan KPKT tahun 2022. Selain daripada kesediaan tapak atau tanah, perkara lain yang diambil kira adalah bilangan dan kapasiti sekolah sedia ada yang berhampiran, kepadatan penduduk di kawasan sekitar, liputan kawasan tadahan penduduk catchment area dengan izin serta perancangan pembangunan kawasan tersebut berdasarkan perbincangan bersama-sama pihak berkuasa tempatan PBT. Untuk maklumat ahli yang berhormat, pihak KPM sedang melaksanakan projek pembinaan baharu SK-UK Sungai Sering di kawasan Bukit Antarabangsa yang melibatkan pembinaan 30 bilik darjah dan kemudahan lain yang berkaitan. Projek ini telah diluluskan dalam RMK 10 namun tidak dapat dilaksanakan dan disambung semula dalam tempoh RMK 11 dan 12 disebabkan oleh pertukaran tapak. Tapak asal projek ini berada di kawasan cerun berskala 3 yang memerlukan tambahan kos penahan cerun dan tidak sesuai untuk pembinaan sekolah. Oleh yang demikian, pada tahun 2018, KPM telah mengenal pasti cadangan tapak baharu bagi pembinaan sekolah ini. Tapak baharu yang merupakan tanah serahan pemaju ini telah diluluskan permohonan pemberi milikan tapak kepada Pesuruhjaya Tanah Persekutuan PTP dan kini dalam proses untuk mendapatkan geran.
Coming up right after the break, poor food quality, a suspected poison attack in multiple Iranian schools. Right here on Tvs Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back. The recent issue over the quality of food supplied to flood victims at relief centres arose due to the limited supply of perishable products. Women, Family and Community Development KPWKM Minister Datuk Sri Nancy Shukri said the ministry sought an explanation from the caterers involved prior to the complaint that it was difficult to find fresh supplies affecting the quality of the food.
Memang caterer tu mengaku ada kekurangan dari segi kualiti makanannya sebab beliau susah nak dapat bahannya. Dia terpaksa pergi jauh. Jadi sebab itu kami bukan nak menyebelahi caterer sebab kita pun simpati dengan mangsa banjir. Kita telah memberi amaran saja. Sebab pada masa ini bukan senang untuk mendapat caterer. Tidak semua orang mahu menjadi caterer dalam keadaan yang dalam krisis seperti inilah. Jadi sebab itu kita adalah tolak ansurnya untuk membantu menyelesaikan masalah itu.
She said this after visiting flood victims at Sekolah Kebangsaan Kota Dalam Relief Centre here on Monday. Nancy said meals in retort packagings would be distributed to flood victims on the first day at the relief centre, and later it was left to them if they wish to work together to prepare their meals. She added that the ministry has no problem if the flood victims at the relief centre decided to hold a gotong royong to prepare food, as the Social Welfare Department, JKM, would be helping to manage the relief centres. She said to date 415 JKM staff and 600 volunteers from several states have been deployed to help flood victims at the centres. Yesterday, a video of a Member of Parliament expressing his disappointment over the quality of food and the timing of food distribution to flood victims in Yongpeng was shared on social media.
All schools will remain operating as usual with no postponement of 2023-2024 academic school session scheduled for March 19 and 20th in flood-hit states. Education Minister Fadlina Sidek said in the event that the repair works on schools affected by flood could not be carried out before the reopening. Students will be given a choice to attend classes via home-based teaching and learning (PDR-PR).
Saya fikir kita sedaya upaya akan mengerjakan persiapan itu, pemulihan itu. Dalam masa yang sama, kita tidak akan tangguhkan, tapi kita akan bagi pilihan PDPR, kepada anak-anak ini dan sekolah supaya proses pembelajaran tetap berlangsung, persekolahan tetap berlangsung, dan kita ada maknanya pilihan-pilihan lain setakat ini, dan salah satunya adalah PDPR.
She said this after visiting the Temporary Relief Centre at Sekolah Kebangsaan Seri Bali in Shah, Johor, early today. Meanwhile, aware of difficulties experienced by flood victims who suffered when their school supplies, including uniforms, were destroyed, Fadlina said the Ministry of Education will give flexibility to affected students to come to school wearing normal clothes.
Meanwhile, due attention will be given to repairing the 17 schools affected by the severe flooding situation in Johor, with 14 of it involving schools in Segamat. Education Minister Fadlina Siddiq said her ministry will also expedite the allocation of funds to enable the repair work to be completed within 2 weeks before the school session starts on March 19.
Kalau berdasarkan laporan tadi, semua serius bagi saya. Semua serius. Cuma ada sekolah yang tahapnya lebih kritikal lah. Kritikal tu maksudnya dia tenggelam habis, dan kemusnahan tu memang kemusnahan yang total lah. Macam sekolah ni pun ada bahagian-bahagian tertentu yang kita kena bagikan tumpuan. Kemudian ada sekolah yang telah pun dibersihkan, dan ada sekolah yang kita kena mulakan kerja segera berdasarkan kerosakan-kerosakan dia. Saya sudah menerima laporan daripada teknikal daripada jurutera yang melihat setiap kerosakan itu, tapi kita juga berhadapan dengan bukan sahaja kerosakan teknikal sekolah, tetapi juga aset, kemusnahan aset termasuk meja guru dan juga perabot-perabot di sekolah. Yang ini juga memerlukan satu lagi pusingan assessment.
Commenting further, she said, based on the reports, all the affected schools experienced critical damage and required several phases of assessment. She added, apart from ensuring the school session runs as normal, maintenance needs to be done immediately to ensure the damage does not affect the safety of students and staff.
Now moving on to international affairs. Multiple students in Iranian school have been sent to the hospital in Iran after they described feeling anxious and numb, as so far unexplained illnesses has swept over hundreds of the girls in recent months. Iranian officials believe the students may have been poisoned.
They have blamed the incident on Tehran's enemies. The victims described smelling something before blacking out, similar to paint, and some described the smell as similar to something burning. The country's health minister said the students suffered mild poison attacks, and some politicians were suggesting that the girls could also have been targeted by hardline Islamist groups opposed to girls' education. The illness have affected more than 30 schools in at least 10 of Iran's 31 provinces, as there are videos on social media showing parents taking their children home and some of them admitted to hospitals.
At least 9 paramilitaries were killed while 7 others were injured in a suicide bombing in the southwestern Pakistani region of Balochistan. Balochistan state spokesman Farah Azim said the incident happened near Sibi district and targeted paramilitary trucks carrying the Balochistan constabulary personnel.
She said the suspect involved was riding a motorcycle and crashed it into a truck carrying military personnel assigned to provide security during the annual Sibi Mela festival. The death toll is expected to rise as many of the survivors were reported to be in critical condition. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, currently in Qatar, condemned the incident and ordered security agencies to bring the perpetrators to justice. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack so far. The region is the main route of the $64 billion China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project, which links China's northwestern Xinjiang province to the port of Gawada in Balochistan.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Lorenzo Isaac. Thank you for watching.